Going to wrap up the show with some insight into our community manifesto. Today, we're taking you to the Krowa constituency, and it's just adjacent Lejokuku. And so you're from Teshi, then you go to Nungwa. So we're going to Krowa constituency. So we're directly just opposite the Nungwa Secondary School. Oh, because I'm old school. So Nungwa Senior High School. All right. And so we're going to have Nashako and the rest of the team there. We're bringing you some great conversations on what is occupying your mind prior to the December 7 general election. What's going to make you make that decision for that parliamentary candidate of yours that you intend voting for, or the presidential candidate. All right. And we know the leading parties are, we have the MPP, the NDC, and then the other parties, including the Movement for Change. We have Nana Bediakun also there, and all of them. So that also dovetails into our conversation this morning. For this morning, we're asking you, what do you make of the current democratic practice we're having? Because the latest Afrobarometer report, among others, is indicating that if you look at not only Ghana, but citizens across Africa, they seem to want democracy as a means by which they want leaders put into office or have their leaders. But they say the democratic leaders elected seem to be failing them for a number of things. Here in our country, we're told that the presidency and the president, they seem to be stifling the media, many other related issues by way of the democratic governance and practice we have. And these are considerable concerns that we intend asking you. What do you make of our democracy? In the Fourth Republic especially, from 1993 to date, 31 years. What do you make of it? What do you think needs to be done to improve the type of democracy we're practicing? And then also, how do you benchmark or measure rightly the decision you have to make? Is it your economic livelihood or your social standing in society, your educational background, or investment in education, etc.? So that's for our opening conversation on this morning segment. And when it comes to big issues after Johnny's Bite, we're going to have lawyer Kwame Jantua, as well as Professor Bafwa Jimandria and the rest of the team joining us. Lawyer Dankwa is also going to join us. So we're going to have some great conversations right here on today. But it is the birthday tomorrow of a great friend of mine, and Justice Aute, who works with the University of Ghana. Happy birthday to you in advance. Uncle Lebo White also will be celebrating his 70th birthday. Can you imagine? Uncle Lebo White, happy birthday to you. Now, let's get this going. This morning, so for this morning conversation, we're asking, what do you make of our democracy within the period when we just had released yesterday, the latest Afrobarometer survey? And the report is indicating that even Ghana's much heralded reputation for being, if not the cleanest, or one of the cleanest democratic nations, elections have been tarnished by increased violence, with 8 fatalities or deaths recorded in the 2020 presidential polls. These are not our quotes. And President Akufo-Addo has grown increasingly heavy-handed, stifling the media and eroding the accountability of institutions. We also know that Fitch has published its latest report, but this Afrobarometer report is indicating that there's great support for democracy, and between 82 to 76% over the last decade have great support for the democracy we're practicing. We have 18% from the last time. So we have the rejection of the military or any form of military government by Ghanaians and the rest of the African countries where the survey was undertaken, between 86% reducing to 68%. That's the support of the population who want a rejection of any military style of government. Those who are satisfied with this democracy we're practicing, you know, from 2012, it was up from 74%. And by the last time when the survey period was undertaken, 2022 to 23, only 51% of Ghanaians are satisfied with the current democratic dispensation we have. Now, 77% of Ghanaians believe corruption has increased astronomically. That's a good word to use. They also believe that when it comes to corruption at the presidency, 75% believe corruption exists at the seat of government. 55% of Ghanaians believe all persons at the presidency are corrupt. And 40% believe not all persons are corrupt in there. All right. That should sound alarming for us. We'll be discussing that on Big Issues. But for you, we want to open the phone lines. What do you make of this? Democracy. We've practiced it for the last 31 years. What do you make of that? What do we need to change in terms of our democracy? I have one of our regular callers, Alhaji Biniyebo Shele. Good morning to you. Desiba. All right.
Roland.
Yes, please. What do you make of this?
Roland, first of all, let me send my greetings to you and my senior brother, Honorable Alhaji Hussein.
Okay.
And also watching your program always. And now you can MP for Kenya. Roland, are we also practicing democracy in the country called Ghana? Are we also part of the democracy?
Yes, we are.
No. But we are practicing it John Dramani Mahama time, essentially J. Rowley's time and former President Wotam. But now, we are not practicing the democracy again. We have the autocratic leader, the leader who doesn't believe in the democracy. This is President Nana Dankwa. He took over for the 40 years. He turned our country back. Because when the country grew and we are practicing the democracy, everybody knew very well that Ghana, we accepted the democracy. When Akufo-Addo comes, he is corrupting our country, taking our country back into autocratic. So such kind of leader, did you think we went to sit with these people or no? So I don't believe Ghana we are practicing the democracy again. Because when we want to one election, and 8 people die, the president refused to talk about that 8 people life. And he just focusing for how you looking and shading for
Alhaji, you've made your point. You're worried about the state of the democratic dispensation we're practicing currently. So Alhaji Biniyebo Shele giving us the latest update from his base. But you can also call in. What do you make of this whole report that has been published by Afrobarometer? Because you take a look at it, it looks like Zambia and countries like Senegal, I mean our neighbors, so Sierra Leone, their citizens seem to be having a better belief in their systems than us. So what are we doing wrong? What do you think we can do better? Okay. All right. Good morning.
Good morning.
What's your name? Where are you calling us from?
My name is Awol. I'm calling you from Tamale, Sanargu presently.
Okay. Mashallah. Please
yes.
Go ahead. Contribute to the topic for the questioning of the day.
Before I go on to the topic, I would want to extend my greetings to Honorable Ataisa, our incoming MP for Sanargu. But my problem is our democracy here. I thought my thinking is it was a premature, democracy that we took from the English people. Because since, how many years now have you taken our independence? And then when you compare our independence from 1967 to date, and then you compare it to another countries, look at how they have developed, and then look at how we are developing in Ghana. Our leaders are not being fair. No matter, the party, especially this particular government, it's just been poor. Just poor. I don't know. How are we going to solve this problem?
Yeah.
It's so pathetic,
All right.
But I will just maybe leave it here, and then or maybe others will also continue. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. So, still up, and good morning to you, Messi. I'm at Takpo of the Dodowa Government Hospital. Wishing you all the best for the morning. And this one is coming from Prince Henry Kofodria, who says, "Ro, what are we expecting under Akufo-Addo Bawumia government? The governance structure is difficult and something needs to be done about this. Then we have Cooks, who says too much power vested in the executive arm of government. Until this is reviewed in the constitution, the democracy we are practicing will remain a time bomb, always. Very alarming. Good morning to you. Where are you calling us from? Hello, Simon.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, good morning, Simon. Where are you calling us from?
I'm calling you from Krachin Chumuru district in the Oti region.
Krachin Chumuru. Okay. Please, what do you make of the latest report, the type of democracy we're practicing, the confidence you have in it? What do you think can change?
Thank you so much. In fact, I've been trying you for days. Today is one of the happiest days in my life. Now I've been talking to TV3. As for me, I am okay with democracy. Democracy hasn't failed us. It is rather leadership that has failed us. Because people have come together to vote one into power. So that the person will address the needs of the populace. But when they come, the thing they do is to make things to themselves, their family. We are working as workers. It's hardly a worker uses his monthly salary throughout the month. Compare our democracy to other countries, Malaysia, Singapore, and the rest. They are more advanced. So for democracy, it's a good thing. We don't wish to return to military rule, but it is the leadership. Let's try changing our system, how to educate our youth against things that will bring untold hardship to the people. And I believe that democracy could help us to develop if we handle it with care.
All right. Look, you can cash out. We have short code *439#. But as we do that, Simon from Krachin Chumuru, I really do love your contribution. You say democracy has not failed us. It's leadership that has failed us. And so if we get leaders with the right mentality to be transformational and then also forward-looking, we will improve as a people. I think I love that. Very positive comments coming from Simon Krachin in Chumuru. The phone lines are also open. We have a couple more messages also coming in as well. Let us know what you think. And as we also go on, please send your messages down the stream. Kwesi Mensa is already giving us a message. So good morning to you. Now we have Thomas Acoustic, who says, the government has failed the people. That's why we have the type of democracy that we have. Aziz Donla said, this government has failed woefully in all sectors. Our governance structure, therefore, needs no attention come until December when a change is needed, you say. Good morning to you. What's your name?
My name is
I can't hear you, sir.
My name is
Mandela.
Yeah.
Your name is Mandela. Hello?
Hello. Yes.
What's your name, sir?
My name is Mubarak.
Oh, Mubarak. Mubarak, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Tema.
Okay, please go ahead. What do you make of the subject under discussion?
Actually, we need not to go for the military rule.
Certainly.
Because looking at what is happening in the country, the leadership, we have a leadership problem. So the style of leadership must change. Going back military rule there is uncalled for.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, Mubarak. Mubarak from Tema, thank you for those message or that message as well, and for your contribution. The phone lines are still open. Let us know what you think. The latest Afrobarometer indicating that you take a look at the current structure of governance. We seem to have the majority of Ghanaians who still want the democratic rule, but want some changes in leadership in terms of the style and the commitment of the individuals who become the leaders. So what do you make of this as well? And let us know what you think by way of I have this one from Sherry Giovanni, who says our democracy has stood the test of time and we cherish it dearly. That notwithstanding, we are declining drastically in these areas. 1, media freedom. 2, police and military brutalities, tolerance for opposing views, and 4, accountability to the citizenry. We must ensure we tackle these almost like Sherry Giovanni giving us his own Afrobarometer report as well. Somebody else is on the line. Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling us from? Hello?
Hello?
Good morning. Your name and where you're calling from?
Yes, my name is Adeleke Suli. I'm calling from Anoga precise.
Anoga. All right. Please go ahead. What's your contribution?
Yes, I would prefer the military over the democracy, because the democracy has given power to just one man and his people to be the best thinkers in this country. Once we have better people over there, no. That is why I would choose the military over the democracy. It's only the NPP, and if people who are sensible, quite we have more people who are sensible than even them, and see where the country has gone to so far now. That's why I will choose the democracy over. I will choose the military over democracy. Thank you, Mr. Roland. Have a
Well, thank you for your messages. And this question based on the latest Afrobarometer report. This one is coming from landlord Borga D. Line, who does indicate going forward, says, with regard to democracy in Ghana, things fall apart. Everything is in disarray. Everyone is suffering except people who are put at the helm of affairs to alleviate the very suffering that they put the ordinary Ghanaian through. Times are difficult. Landlord Borga D. Line. Ismaila Horowa Ali says, Roland, please, who are our leaders? This is my first question. Are we not the same people who are becoming the leaders? So what is it about us? I think I love this. If we do not change our lifestyle and choose the right sort of leaders and stop taking money from politicians before voting for them, things will never improve, right? Joseph, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Kumasi.
Okay. Joseph, please go ahead.
Yes, democracy is beautiful, but I think what we are practicing is a desecration of democracy. That's our problem.
Desecration of democracy?
Desecration of we are just mirroring democracy with feelings. And we have to get serious. We have to get serious, because very soon, if we don't, we will not even say we like military or that we don't like it. But we'll get up. The young ones, we are suffering too much, and so when we are fed up, we'll just go out, all die, they die. We'll go and die in the streets. If they lie, they can kill all of us. It's too much.
Thank you very much.
We can't survive now. Thank you too.
Joseph from Kumasi, thank you for your comment as well. And this one is coming from Mo Ajimai. Mo Ajimai Nyame is a regular contributor through our regular program right here on TV3. He says, I will choose democracy on any day, but in a different form. What we are practicing and doing in Ghana isn't what we need. That will turn around the fortunes of Ghanaians. Currently, the next generation's status, livelihood, and their dreams are in tatters. Just come and put a plane or a ship at any port in Ghana, and you will find the number of Ghanaians, young people, productive, who want to travel abroad. Good morning, boss. Hey, you are even bossing me. Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling us from? Oh, we've lost that caller. And okay, so then we have more comments as well. This one is coming from Osei Boating, who says that we should choose democracy any day because it is what, if improved after every 4 years, is going to enhance the livelihoods of ordinary people. Now, we need to make sure that we make changes to the Constitution. Too much power is given to the president of the day. As a result of that, only his cronies, families, friends, and the political party that is elected will always be the ones who have the state's resources. Forget about MPP and NDC. Whether it's MPP or NDC, once the Constitution remains that the power is in the hands of the executive and the president, the resources of state and its control will always be in their hands.